About myself, I have about 12 years of IT experience. I started my career as a C developer. There I worked in different areas like device drivers, file systems. There I worked, that is my first career, and then I turned into Sun Solar's system administration. Not too sure how I changed it into the complete different stream, this Cognos. From past 7.5 years onwards, I am working in the same tool, Cognos. So far I completed 6 full life cycle projects. Full life cycle means first of all requirement gathering onwards, design documents, and then development, testing, production, post-production activities like that. I worked in all the areas of the Cognos projects. So far I worked for different clients like Johnson & Johnson, Unicorn HRO, GSK, IBM, like that. I worked for different clients. This is about my technical experience. Okay, and I worked in different versions of Cognos. And this is about my technical experience. About my teaching, so far I conducted many batches. I can say countless. From past 6 years, 7 years onwards, I am doing the trainings on the IBM Cognos, and so far I delivered many online trainings, offline trainings, corporate trainings, like that. This is about my teaching experience. Any questions here? No, Shankar?
No questions now.
Okay, I think throughout our sessions, don't hesitate to raise any questions. So questions are always welcome. Okay. First of all, what is data warehouse? Any idea about data warehouse, Nurus? Of course, Shankar, you know that.
A data warehouse is essentially used for analyzing the data, business data. This is a bit different from the other databases like backend databases for ERP or other.
Yep,
data
exactly.
warehouse we use it for analysis to understand and forecast the business in a more intelligent way.
Yep, exactly. Notice any idea?
Yeah, data warehouse is like where we store all our different types of data there.
Okay. Anyhow, let me explain in my own way what is data warehouse, what is the use of this. You are seeing my screen, right?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay, so far we have something like DBMS. By adding new features to this, it will become as DBMS. By adding new features, ORDBMS. What all are these first of all?
Database management system, relational database management system.
Yep, and object-oriented relational database management systems. Orally, all these are methodologies or strategies to maintain data in a database. If you want to store some data in a database, you can go for DBMS or RDBMS or object-oriented relational database management systems. All these are strategies to maintain data in a database. You can implement these methodologies on top of any database. I mean, like Oracle DB2, Teradata, and it is everywhere. You can implement all these methodologies. In the same way, we have some other methodology that is a data warehouse. Data warehouse, this is also nothing but a strategy to maintain data in a database. This is also a way of storing data in a database. Theoretically, you can implement data warehouse in any database like Oracle, Teradata, SQL Server, everywhere you can apply theoretically. Okay. All these methodologies follows a similar way to store data, whereas data warehouse it follows somewhat a different way to store the data. What is the difference? How it differs? Let me give one example. Rough example. Say for example, employee table. In that one record, employee number 101, and his name is X. He is working for our US region, and we are paying 10,000 as salary for him. Assume this is a record in my employee table. Okay, after some years, some time shifted into UK branch and salary is increased by 5,000. So what is the SQL statement we're gonna issue here? To reflect that, what is the SQL statement we are going to issue here? Nurus or Shankar?
Sorry, I'm off hands for quite some time. So
Yeah, this is a employee record in our database. So after some time, some years, we shifted him into our UK branch and the salary increased by 5,000. Then to reflect that into the database, what is the skill statement we are going to issue here?
Update.
Update, yes. So this US will become as a UK salary increased by 5,000, it will become as 15,000, right?
right.
Kind of updations is there in these methodologies. Whereas in data warehouse, no, don't update any record. Don't update any record. Keep the record as it is and insert one more record with the updated information. X and he's working for UK, salary increased by 5,000, 15,000. Like this, insert one more record with the updated information. Don't update the existing records or delete the existing records. Okay, now we shifted him into our Australia branch, for example, and paying 20,000. Right now, he is working for our India branch, paying 25,000 as salary for him. Don't update anything. Insert new records. Then what we are doing here basically, I am maintaining the history of this employee. What is the use if I maintain the history like this? If I want to do analysis like how much I am spending more, then now I can say initially paid 10,000 and now I am paying 25,000 means we can say we are paying 15,000 more on his salary, right? As you told, if we update the records at the final, this is the only record which is going to be there in our database. Database means in data warehouse means there is also a database only, right? Okay, this is only the record which is going to be there in our data warehouse. So analysis is not possible. That is why we are maintaining the history like this for analysis in data warehouse. Main purpose of data warehouse is, as you told, analysis. Main concept of data warehouse is maintaining history like this for analysis. If analysis is not required, then no need to construct the data warehouse. Okay, again, the main concept of data warehouse is maintaining history like this for analysis. This is the case with only one employee. If I maintain all my employee data like this, or if I maintain all my enterprise data like this, I mean, first of all, procurement, production, marketing, sales, HR, public relations, if I maintain all my enterprise data like this, then the data grows rapidly, right? Well, because we are not updating anything, we are not deleting anything, keep on insert like that. After 5 years, after 10 years, your data warehouse, it may contain tons of data, right? So theoretically, we can implement this data warehouse on top of any database, but some practical problems are there because the data warehouse usually it contains bulk data. So some practical problems are there. The database product what you are going to use for data warehouse, it should support multi-processing capabilities and bulk data support. Multi-processing capabilities, that is important thing here, because if you have tons of data in data warehouse, if you want to read or write into that, if you have a single channel only, then it becomes slow, it goes down, right? So preferred databases for data warehouse is the latest databases like Oracle, Teradata, Netezza. Netezza is more faster than any other. Of course, nowadays people are talking about Hadoop. Getting me? Naresh Shankar, please give me the acknowledgement so I can understand that you are catching.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, anyhow, the main concept of data warehouse is maintaining history like this for analysis. Analysis is the main need. Okay, now let us see the architecture of the data warehouse. Of course, this is not our area. Don't worry, don't confuse. We need to know what is what. This is total data warehouse. Architecture of data warehouse. Okay, take any company like Johnson & Johnson. They have multiple departments like R&D, sales, and public relations. Different departments. For R&D, they are using Oracle as the database. For sales, they are using MS SQL Server, and for public relations, they are using MySQL. Like this, they are using heterogeneous databases throughout their organization. Why like that? Why can't they use a single database for all their individual departmental needs?
Because of
That is depends on the licensing and the requirement first of all, right?
Yeah, different
Requirement.
have different business needs.
Yeah. In the R&D department, by spending millions of dollars, the result of the R&D is there in this department. Very sensitive data. It is not supposed to be leaked, confidential. So they need to maintain high security in this department. Not only that, they are maintaining the failed R&Ds also, not only the successful R&Ds. They are maintaining the failed R&Ds also in the database because those are learned lessons, right? So bulk data is there. Overall in this R&D department, bulk data is there and high security required. When compared to other products, Oracle can give you the type of environment in a better manner. So they are using Oracle only here. Even though that is costly, they need to use Oracle only there as per their requirements. And here sales, the data volume something less, and what to say, the security issues also something less. So they are using MS SQL Server here. This is enough for their needs here in this department, and somewhat cheaper than Oracle. For public relations, what it contains, like the customer addresses, distributor addresses kind of thing, data volume is also less, very less, and the security issues also minimal. So here they are using MySQL open source. Okay, without paying money, anyone can use this one, MySQL. Okay. Here also for public relations, if they want to use Oracle, yeah, definitely they can use. No one restrict them. But not that much requirement is there. Why unnecessarily pay too money for Oracle? Like that, depending on their requirements and licensing issues, they are using heterogeneous databases throughout their organization. Okay, and these individual databases, these are called as operational source systems. Operational data sources, sorry. These are called as operational data sources, the individual databases. All of them together called as operational source system. The total thing is source for the data warehouse. Okay. Now extract the data from the source system and place that into a temporary database called a staging database. And in this staging database, apply transformations on top of the data, whatever you extracted into the staging. First of all, what is transformation? Based on the, depending on the tool what you are using, different transformations are there, like data cleansing, scraping, tuning, lookup, aggregator, filter, like that. Different transformations are there. First of all, what is a transformation? Okay, let us take example of a bank. Say January 1st, 2015, in this account number 101, his opening balance is this much. And in the same day, multiple transactions are there in this bank account. All these are on the same day only, January 1st, 2015. This is the information what I have. This is the information what I have in my source system. And as a bank manager, what is the purpose of data warehouse we are talking about?
Analysis of
Analysis. That is main. Yeah, that is main analysis. As a bank manager, for my analysis, all these records not required. For my analysis, I want to have total deposits and total withdrawals. This is enough for my analysis need. Okay, so if I want to get total deposits and total withdrawals, here I need to do some calculations like the summation of all deposits and withdrawals, right? That type of things are called as transformations. This is a basic example for a transformation. Okay, now after applying transformations, load the data into data warehouse. How we are maintaining the data here? Account number 101, January 1st, total deposit, how much, total withdraw, how much, that's it. Don't update or don't delete this one. For January 2nd, insert one more record. January 2nd, account number 101, total deposits, how much, total withdraw, how much. January 3rd, account number 101, total deposits, total withdrawals. Like that, keep on maintaining the history here in the data warehouse. Notice, are you getting me what I'm saying?
Yes, yeah, I mean.
yeah.
Okay. Now, this process, extraction, transformations, loading, this process is called as ETL process. For ETL, we have different tools are there, Informatica, Data Stage, Data Manager, of course many other tools also there. By using this ETL process, extraction, transformations, load, we are loading the data into the data warehouse. Okay, we started loading this data, the data into data warehouse. We already loaded 3 years of history in this data warehouse, assume. Okay, one day, what is the purpose of the data warehouse? I am saying that is analysis, right? One day, a sales manager asked me like he wants to do some analysis on his salespersons. He wants to see whether their performance is increasing or not. If I say like, Bus, the table is there in the data warehouse. I am granting you access on the tables, write your own SQL and do your own analysis. If I say like that, then what happens? That will be my last day in that company, right? Okay. The tables are there. If I ask the sales manager to write SQL, he don't know or how to write SQL, how to fetch the information. First of all, how to connect to the database. He doesn't know anything. He's not a technical user. He's a business user. He's a sales manager. He don't know any technicalities. If you ask him like what is the consumer trends, government policies, company policies, or gross profit, net profit, if you talk like that, he'll explain you everything in on fingertips. That is his area. He don't know how to write SQL. So can I say the data loaded into the data warehouse is useless?
Yeah.
Because not usable by end user. So I can say that is useless. Right? Instead of doing like that, if I prepare some charts, some trends kind of thing, and if I display like these are the least 10 employees who are not at all performing good. Otherwise, these are top 5 products which are moving very well in Asia Pac region. Otherwise, these are the employees who are not that much working good in Singapore. Like that, if I prepare some sort of reports based on the information which is there in the data warehouse, by seeing the reports itself, the users can understand what is going there in their business, and they can take actions accordingly, right? For that, we have one more area, that is reporting area. For reporting also, we have at least a dozen of tools are available in the market. Some of them are open sources and the remaining are commercials. Cognos, Business Objects, ClickView, Pentaho, like that many tools are there. Among these tools, I can say this Cognos BI, this is a widely used tool and it is having at least 30 to 35% market share in this business area, in this reporting area, that much widely used this Cognos BI. Cognos BI is, and this is an IBM product, and we're gonna learn this Cognos tool only.
Okay.
Orally, what the Cognos role is, the data already loaded into data warehouse by using this ETL process. Based on the data which is already there in the data warehouse, we're gonna fire some select statements by using the Cognos tool, and we're gonna produce some sort of visualizations for end user to understand the data, to do the analysis on the data. Got it?
Yeah, understand.
Okay. Now, if I say Cognos, people says this is a data warehousing application. No, Cognos is not only a data warehouse tool. Basically, Cognos, this is a reporting tool. To generate reports, you need to have some source data, right? If you get the data from here, you can get the history kind of thing, and you can get the data from here also. What the thing? We need to have some source data to prepare reports. You can get data from OLTP, or you can get data from OLAP, or you can get data from flat files, Excel sheets, anywhere. The data is there, we can access by using the Cognos tool, and we can create reports. Okay, before going into Cognos, here this system, it is called as OLTP, Online Transactional Processing, and this system, it is called as OLAP, Online Analytical Processing. What is the difference between these two? Transactional processing, analytical processing. Transactional processing, this is to run the business. See, let us take again the bank example. If you go to bank, if you deposit something, if you withdraw something, if you do online transactions, if you do POS transactions, ATM transactions, everything will be recorded here itself, just like this. Whereas in OLAP, no, all these things not required for me. As a bank manager, for my analysis, I want to have total deposits and total withdrawals only. So I can say we are maintaining consolidated data or aggregated data in data warehouse. We are not maintaining all the detailed level data. Okay, and here this is for customer purpose to run the business. So number of hits are very high for this server. See, as I told you, if you do any transactions in the bank, everything will be, I mean, all the requests will be hit into the same server. Just think about the Bank of America, or think about State Bank of India. How many customers will be there and how many transactions going there per daily? Unlimited, right?
Yeah.
Many.
Yeah.
All those transactions needs to be recorded here in this OLTP system itself. So number of hits for this OLTP is very high. So this database server should work as fast as possible. That is why the OLTP systems, these are normalized systems. What is normalization? Normalization is a process which increases the database server performance by reducing the redundancy, right? Okay.
Right.
Whereas this OLTP, this is denormalized. Well, because if you allow normalization, it don't accept the redundancy. Without having the redundancy, it is not possible to maintain the history. That is why OLTP systems are denormalized. Then what is about the performance? Yeah, performance goes down, but number of users are very less for this OLTP system. As a bank manager, me only the user who use this OLTP system. I am not going to allow my customers to do analysis on my bank, right? So I am only the user for this OLTP system. I need to take some decisions like so and so housing loans. Yep, these are not that much profitable. Don't encourage them. So and so car loans. Yeah, these are more profitable. Encourage them. Like that. To take the decisions on my business, I am only the user for this OLTP system. And are my superiors like general managers, regional managers, anyhow, number of users for the system is comparatively very less. Okay, so denormalization, that is not a problem. OLTP, it follows a relational model, whereas OLAP, it follows multi-dimensional model. Relational model, you know, like table A join with B join with C, like that. OLAP, it follows multi-dimensional model. This is not like there are some disadvantages with relational model, that is why we are using multi-dimensional model. No, not like that. To get some additional advantages over relational model, we follow multi-dimensional model in data warehouses. Of course, this is not the right time to discuss about what is the difference, exact difference between relational model and multi-dimensional model. In our tool itself, we're gonna prepare a multi-dimensional modeling. Then at the time, I'll explain you what are the advantages we are getting if you use this OLAP technology. Okay, any questions so far? Okay, OLTP system to run the business. As I told, this is to run the business. OLAP, this is to do analysis on the running business. Okay, now let us look into Cognos. The same tool, sometimes in some aspect we call this as querying tool, and sometimes we say this as a reporting tool, and in another aspect we say this as business intelligence tool, and sometimes we say this as decision support system. Decision support system. Why these many different names for the same tool? Why we are calling like that? First of all, let us see querying tool. Being a tool, Cognos prepares queries automatically. No need to write any select statements like select star from so and so. Not required. Being a tool, Cognos, it is capable enough to write to produce the SQL automatically. In the worst cases, assume the query prepared by Cognos is not meeting your expectation. If you want to edit the SQL generated by Cognos, yes, you can edit it. And one more case, I did not want to allow Cognos to write SQL. I can write myself. Yes, we can write ourselves. Three things. Being a tool, Cognos creates queries automatically. If you want to edit the generated SQL, we can edit. If you want to write the queries ourselves, yes, we can write ourselves. That is called as freestyle reporting or freehand reporting. That is why I am saying this as querying tool. One beautifulness of the tool here is you can join heterogeneous databases. Say for example, you know Oracle sample tables employee and department, right? Nurul Shankar?
Yes.
Yes. I come across that.
Yeah, okay. Employee table that is there in Oracle. department table that is there in DB2. Can you join them in a query?
Yeah, by inner join.
It is not possible because employee table is there in Oracle, department table is there in DB2.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want to write SQL, it is not possible, but Cognos can manage it within single query itself. The tool can manage it. Okay, and reporting tool. We are going to prepare reports by using the Cognos tool. I'll give you some rough examples what is a report and how it will be useful for business. Okay, I'm taking a Excel outputs, but how to create the reports we'll discuss in the tool itself. But what I'm doing here is I'm giving you a briefing about report, how it will be useful for business. Okay, a sales manager asked me to display his sales staff performance, how much revenue generated by the each employee in May month, April month, and the difference. He wants to see whether their performance is increasing or not. I am preparing a sample report. Staff and revenue generated by them in April month and revenue in May and the difference. Okay, staff name A. Assume he sold 2 lakh worth of goods in April. Here 2 lakh 20,000 and his performance increased by 20,000. And one more employee, let us take one more employee B. Assume he also sold 2 lakh worth only here 1 lakh 80,000. His performance degraded by 20,000. And let us take one more example, one more employee C. 2 lakhs assume here 2 lakh 50,000. His performance increased by 50,000. Creating this type of reports is a Cognos developer role. The report development completed, that's it, our task is also done. Just submit the report to the manager who requested you. Now the manager, he started analyzing this report. Staff A, yes, his performance increased, well and good, okay. Staff B, his performance is degrading. This is happening multiple times. What to do with him? Motivate him, otherwise provide some training to him, otherwise terminate him, like that. The managers are taking their own decisions depending on this type of reports. Staff C, he's topper among all his employees. So give him some cash incentive. A, his performance increased but not that much. So don't give him any cash incentive. Just send him an appreciation mail. Like that, the managers, they are taking their own decisions depending on this type of reports. Okay. Here, the manager needs to focus more on his negative performed employees. Because of these employees, we are losing our business, and this is advantage to competitors. Let me explain, let me give some rough scenario. Let us see a scenario. Say for example, assume we are working for the Colgate company. Okay, and this B responsibility is he needs to distribute our Colgate paste in for all the outlets in a particular geographical area. He is not performing well, he is not distributing properly, that is why his performance is degrading. Okay, we have a customer who is using our Colgate paste from past 10-15 years. Why he is continuing with us for that much long time? He like some quality or some taste, something in our paste, that is why he is continuing with us for that much long time. One day the customer paste out completed, he wants to buy a new paste, and he went to an outlet for in that area, and he asked for our Colgate paste. But because of this B, he is not distributing properly, so in that particular outlet our Colgate paste is not available. Because of the non-availability of our Colgate paste, the customer bought some other paste like Pepsodent. He may like something there. If he likes something there, he never come back to our Colgate. All these things are happening because of this negative performed employees only. So the manager needs to focus more on these negative performed employees, right? So not only the second record, assume we have some 1,000 records like this. Among those, the manager needs to check whose performance degraded. Some second record, some 55 records, some 105 record, assume like that. Some some other records are having negative numbers. So the manager needs to check. Instead of doing like that, if we highlight the negative performed employees by seeing the report itself, he can understand whose performance is degrading and he can take the actions accordingly. Clear? Any questions here? There is Shankar. Are you following me?
Yeah, I'm following. No questions.
Okay, and I'll give you one more example for a report. In a company, a procurement manager is there. He wants to buy 100 computer systems for a project. This is not the first time they already bought in a company. A sales manager is there. He wants to see his sales. What is that? A procurement manager. He wants to buy 100 systems for a project. This is not the first time. They bought multiple times. They are maintaining their dealers and their qualities in their database. Qualities in the sense how they are charging, how about the service, how fast they are able to deliver the systems like that. Now the manager asks us to do some analysis. So I am preparing a report. Let us take dealer X, dealer Y and dealer Z. Price, service, duration. And here I want to give ranks out of 5. 1 this is best and 5 it will be worst. Let us give ranking here 1, 3, 5. Let us give everything average for 5 and 5, 3, 1. Okay, this type of report prepared, submit this report to the manager who requested you, and now the manager he started doing analysis on this. Dealer X, price 1 means best price he is giving, service average, duration 5 means worst duration. Of course this is not like months, 1 week 10 days kind of delay is there with dealer Y, everything is average, and dealer Z, price 5 means high, worst price. There is not like double triple, something high than others. Okay, service average, duration 1 means best duration. He can deliver the systems immediately. Okay, now the manager situation is he needs to start the project immediately. He needs to start the project immediately. In that case, to whom he is going to give the order? Please respond. Shankar, Naresh, Bola.
Z.
He go for best duration. Because he needs to start the project immediately. Of course, price worst price. I mean, charging much, but this is not the important thing. He needs to start the project immediately, so he'll go for 1 here. I mean,
again?
Z only. Yep.
Sorry, what is XYZ? You know, I came in late. XYZ are the contractors or something that they
No, these are dealers.
the dealers
Yep.
to provide what service?
The scenario what I'm explaining here is in a company, a procurement manager is there. He wants to buy 100 systems for a project.
Yeah.
That too, he needs to start the project immediately. So in that case, he is looking for the dealers, the vendors from where he needs to buy the systems.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Now one more
So-
situation there.
Then
Yes,
the
please.
A, B, C are the staff. What are the staff doing there?
Come again, please.
So the A, B, and C are the staff.
This is different. This is done. I am done
Okay,
with
good.
this.
Good. Okay, good.
Okay, you joined after some time, right? So something you may miss something. Just go through the video, Bola. Anyhow, if you have any questions, raise it. Not a problem.
Don't
Okay.
worry, I'll be fine.
Okay, as we discussed, if the manager, if he needs to start the project immediately, then he'll go for this G because duration is best. Okay, one more scenario is there, like what to say, the project till in discussion stage. There is not yet finalized. There is no guarantee that we are going to get the project. The discussions are going on. For that project, he wants to buy 100 systems. Then to whom he is going to place the order? Shankar.
If it's based on price only,
X.
yes,
He'll
of
go-
course.
He'll go for X.
Yeah.
Because he'll look for best price.
Yes.
Duration 5, 1 week 10 days, not a problem. Anyhow, the project not yet finalized. Okay, so before taking decisions, they need to depend on this type of reports. Without following this type of reports, if they take decisions, either they may lose time or they may lose money. So they need to depend on this type of reports before taking decisions. See, if they need to start the project immediately without considering this report, if we place the order to X, then what happens? Duration 5, worst duration, project will be delayed. Okay, we are technically in the tool, this is called as a list report, and this is called as a crosstab report in the tool, in the Cognos tool.
Okay. So it's called what?
Crosstab.
Cross table.
Yeah.
Okay. Both are called crosstab.
The above one is list and this is crosstab. Okay.
Why is the first one? Why is the first one called list? I'm sorry.
This is a record by record analysis like this. Okay. And here this is comparative analysis. You need to compare between what is this X? What is this 3 for example? What is this 3? This is Y's service, right? This is comparative analysis. This is not like that. You need not to compare everywhere the total record. Okay. Here, what is this one?
Okay.
What is this one talking about? This guy and this guy, right? Okay. So orally we are preparing this type of reports. We are calling this tool as reporting tool. Business intelligence. This is the example for that. The managers are able to analyze what is going there in their business. And decision support systems, they need to depend on this type of reports before taking. Okay. So we are calling the same tool in different aspects. Sometimes we call this as reporting tool, querying tool, reporting tool, business intelligence tool, and we can say this as decision support system. Okay, now here different versions are there. EP7, EP6 first of all, Enterprise 6, Series 6 like that, EP6, Enterprise 6. And then there is EP7, Enterprise 7. I'm not too sure whether any prior versions to this. This is almost 12 years back. Okay, EP7, I started my career from here, Enterprise 7, and then there is Cognos ReportNet. Here it is having different versions like Cognos ReportNet 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and then there is Cognos 8 series. Here we have something like 8.1, 8.2, 8.3, and 8.4. And they released the Cognos 10 series, 10.1, 10.2, 10.2.1 minor versions, 10.2.2. This is the latest version released in the last month itself. We are teaching on 10.2.1. Okay, this is not yet completely came into the market. Okay, anyhow. There is not that much difference between all the Cognos 10 series. All are almost the same with small changes. This is the version history, and while explaining, I started here my career. So while explaining the topics, if I explain, say for example, drill through, this is not there in the old versions. This is introduced newly in Cognos 8.4. Some other option that is there in the old versions also, but the implementation style is different. Like that I can give you the version differences. Okay.
So you'll be covering for us like 10.1 or 10.2?
Yep, this is the one. Now these are the different versions are available. And now here in Cognos different tools are there. Some of them are web-based applications and the remaining are Windows-based applications. First of all, what is web-based and what is Windows-based? Anyone please?
Where web-based to me looks like something that is you can call up anywhere. It's internet-based, but Windows-based is local to the system.
Any other ideas?
Windows-based system, typically you need a client tool with which you can access.
Yeah, that's it.
That is exactly.
Transformer model.
That is right.
Just a browser.
See, web-based applications means you need not to have any software in your machine. Windows-based means you need to have some software that may be client or that may be completely offline. Okay. You need to
Sure.
have some software in your machine that is Windows based, you know, software that is web based. The server will be configured at some other way. Just you can connect to the server, you can complete your task just like Gmail. Okay, here web-based applications, the first one is Cognos connection. This is an entry point kind of thing for total these reporting applications. Query Studio, Report Studio, Analysis Studio, Event Studio. All these are reporting applications only. If you want to connect to any of these applications, first of all you need to connect to the Cognos connection portal. From here you can find links for these remaining reporting applications. All these are reporting applications only, Query Studio, Report Studio, Analysis Studio, Event Studio. Then you may ask why these many reporting tools. Among these, this Report Studio, this is only the professional report authoring tool. As a developer, most of the times, at least I can say 95% of the times, we work with this Report Studio only. Then by this Query Studio and Analysis Studio. These two are just like subsets kind of thing for Report Studio. Subsets. Then you may ask, we already have the superset Report Studio, then why subsets like Query and Analysis? Query and Analysis Studios, those are basically not meant for the developers. Those are for the end users to create their own ad hoc reports.
Okay.
Then you may ask, why end users create their reports? Already our team is there as developers, then why end users create their reports? Usually to create a small report, a small report, at least it will take 2 to 3 days. It doesn't mean that the report development is complex. Development is easy only. Then why it takes 2 to 3 days? Not only in Cognos, in any IT development it may be, we need to follow the process. First of all, the user, they need to raise their requirement. As a developers team, development team, we need to understand what exactly the user is asking. If we have any doubts, we need to schedule a meeting with them and discuss. Finally, we need to get the conclusion, what exactly they want to see there. And then prepare design documents, submit them for review. If any review comments, we need to update the document. If the review, if the technical document, if it is finalized, then only we need to develop in the tool, develop the report in the tool. And before saying that I am done with my report, we need to ensure that my report is showing accurate data. And then move this to testing. They'll play with the testers will play with the report. If any bugs are there, we need to fix them. If everything is okay, then only it goes to production. Then only the end user can see that report. To complete the total process, it will take at least 2 to 3 days, minimum of 2 to 3 days. I know some reports which are taking more than 2 months, 3 months. That depends on the users, right? Today we produced something, they may ask like, no, I want to see, add a few more fields. Like that, they will come back. That is change request. Okay?
Yeah.
Anyhow, it will take some time if you want to work with this Report Studio. We need to get the requirements freezed. Anyhow, but for the end user, the requirement is not that much great requirement. By simply dragging and dropping, they want to create their own reports. For that, Query Studio and Analysis Studio, these two are there for end users. They can create their own ad hoc reports by using these tools. And Event Studio, this is a event monitoring kind of thing. Say for example, each month end, if any of my salespersons cross 2 lakhs revenue, then I want to send them an appreciation mail. We can do by using this Event Studio. Okay, what I'm saying is all these tools produce queries automatically, but without knowing anything about our database, how these tools produce queries? Not possible. As you told, you know Oracle sample tables, employee and department, right? Assume you don't know anything about those tables. If I ask you to write a join between them, to write a query between them, is it possible with you without knowing the tables? Even though you are very good at query writing, is it possible with you?
No.
Notice?
No.
It's not possible because you need to know the structure of the tables.
Yep. We need to know the tables. Then only we can write join. In the same way, these two tools also, no, not possible with these tools to produce SQL without knowing the tables. For that, here we have a Windows-based application framework manager. Basically, what we do here is import the metadata into framework manager and apply the joins between them. And then is there any predefined calculations, predefined filters, and what are the security mechanisms we need to follow? All these things together called as modeling. We need to do metadata modeling in this framework manager, and then create a package, publish the package. By using the published package, we need to create reports here in these reporting applications. Now, in form of the package, these tools knows about the database. From there onwards, these tools can produce queries automatically. Clear?
Yep. So what you just said is that the framework manager is the client part of the application that stores
No, we
data,
cannot select that. We cannot select that. Here we are doing metadata modeling and publishing the package. This is not like client server computing. No, don't think like that. This is completely different tool, a complete offline tool. Okay, we need to create models here and publish the package. By using the published package here, we can create reports. In form of the package, these tools knows about the SQL. From there onwards, these tools can produce queries automatically. Shankar, Nuruz, Bola, clear?
Okay. Okay. Then can we then say that the major reason why the framework manager should reside on the Windows base is because you're able to design your query offline, your report offline at all times. So you need that metadata to be able to do that. Would that be the reason?
Yes. Okay, 1 second. I'll give you some rough example. Assume you as these reporting applications and me as framework manager. In the framework manager, what I'm doing is we are assuming you don't know anything about Oracle, sample tables, employee and department. Okay.
Yeah.
In this framework manager, what I'm doing is I am writing everything about the employee table and department table on a paper. Employee table, it is having columns like employee number, employee name, manager code, department number, blah blah blah. Department table, it is having columns like department number, location. If you want to join these two, use department number. This is the common column.
Yeah.
Like that, I am writing everything on a paper. Assume the paper is a package. And if I give you the paper, if I give you the package, if you look into the package, now you know what is employee table and what is department table, right? From there onwards, you can produce queries on your own.
Sure. Yes.
Okay. Now, in the framework manager, I am explaining you about the employee table and department table on a wrong manner. Just based on my explanation only, you are preparing the queries here. So, you're gonna prepare wrong SQL because I myself explained in the wrong way in framework manager. So, here you prepare wrong SQL, obviously we are going to get wrong result. In this case, the problem is there with you or with me?
With framework manager.
In the framework manager only, because I myself explained about the employee table in the wrong manner. Just based on my explanation only, you are preparing the queries here. So the problem is there with the framework manager. So I can say this is a hard kind of thing for total Cognos. While creating the models in the framework manager, we need to take much care. Otherwise, based on that package, all your reports will give you wrong data. And transformer, this is a cube creation kind of tool. We'll speak about this a little bit later. Okay, how the project workflow in real time. First of all, we need to start with framework manager, and then we need to create metadata modeling and create package, publish the package, and with the published package, we are going to work with Repo Studio. Here we have two different ways of learning. We can start Repo Studio at first or framework manager at first. Anyhow, for this batch, we are going to start with the framework manager. Once the framework manager done, then we'll move into the reporting, Repo Studio. Once we are done with this, then we'll look into this Cognos connection. Cognos connection, this is an administrative options are available here. Of course, my class, this is not meant for purely administration. We are going to cover the admin features which are required for a developer. Not only that, we are going to cover more features which are required for a developer in admin area. Once we are done with this, then we'll move on to this Query Studio, Analysis Studio, Event Studio, and in Cognos 10 series, they released 2 more studios, Workspace Advanced. We are going to cover those 2 also. Once we are done with all these, now let us come to Transformer. Here, this is a cube creation tool. Here, what to say, actually the license is different from IBM, and the course is also different, but in this course itself I'll give you overview on this transformer, how to create cubes. We are going to cover almost all the topics what are provided by IBM except this transformer. In this transformer we are going to learn a overview only. Okay, and administration wise we are going to cover the admin features which are required for a developer. And my class, this is not meant for the dedicated admins. Okay, this is our agenda.